Hi there, these comments are for Brave. I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at OTCOnline So I'm getting ready to listen to your speaking practice, right? So I have the independent and the integrated speaking rubrics here, and I have your practice test. Let's see how you're doing here. So let's go ahead and get started.
The most important characteristics that all parents should have is to be kind.
Okay.
This is because if they are kind toward their students, eventually the student will feel more ease and relax and be able to talk with parents and express themselves. For example, a while back, I was broken up with my girlfriend, and I know that my dad he was very kind to me, so I feel very ease and feel very relaxed to express what I felt and how to deal with it. I asked him for advice, and that's the characteristic.
Okay, so that's the most important characteristic. Okay, so I think.
The most important
Here, let me
characteristics
give me a
that
quick second.
all parents should.
Okay, give me a second. So I'm going to listen to it one more time. I'm going to put you between 2.0 and 2.5, right? I'm going to put you at, I'm going to say between 15 and 17 points. That's where I'm going to put you on here. It's a little bit hard to understand what you're saying. Okay, so let's listen to it one more time. I'm going to give you some more specific feedback.
The most important characteristics that
That, are you saying the most important? The most important characteristic.
all parents should have is to be kind.
You want to say kind. You want to make sure you pronounce that final consonant sound.
This is because if they are kind toward their students, eventually the student will feel more ease and relax
Good. They'll feel more eased and relaxed. So you're using adjectives.
and be able to talk with parents and express themselves. For example, a while back, I was broken up with my girlfriend,
A while back, I was broken up, or I had broken up. Or I had. Okay, I was broken up. I guess you could say that. I was broken up in my relationship with my girlfriend.
and I know that my dad he was very kind to me, so I feel very ease and feel very relaxed to express what I felt. And
Now, this is where you're starting to lose control of your verb tenses here. So, you're talking about something in the past, right? So, it seems to me you should be using past tense verbs in this case.
how to deal with it, I asked him for advice, and that's the characteristic.
But how does that connect back to being kind? Right? So you asked him for advice, and he was kind enough or friendly enough to help you and give you the advice you needed to help deal with the grief that you were feeling. So I think you need a little bit better connection of ideas with this speaking response, right? So go to speaking lesson number 6. Speaking lesson 6. How to make your speaking more coherent. I think that's a good lesson for you right now. And also with your speaking, you want to be careful about final consonant sounds. You want to try to remember to pronounce those final consonant sounds. I'm listening to the second practice test that you sent me. Let's hear it.
For me personally, I would prefer to work on an assignments with other people. This is because I
I would just say because and not because this is because kind of creates a whole new sentence. But if you put because, you turn that into a dependent clause, and that creates a complex sentence, which shows a little bit more advanced grammar.
can access to different ideas and perspective that I can use to implement. For example, during the chemistry class, the teacher assigned the projects to us about the endothermic and exothermics, and we need to create the model. And at first, I just did it by myself, but then I couldn't come up with any ideas, so I started to work with others, and then I have a ton of idea after that.
Which shows why it's important to work in groups instead of working alone. So you want to try to tie that back to what you already said. I think would be helpful. I think this is a little. I like how you're bringing these specific examples in there to help you explain your ideas. I think that's a good strategy. But you're speaking your overall delivery. It's just not quite there yet. It's still quite a bit of effort to understand what you're saying. I'm going to put you maybe around 2.5, 17 to 18 points out of 30 on this practice test. Okay, let's listen to your last practice test you sent me.
The woman in the conversations considered these plans to be ridiculous. This is because there's no way that
See, you're using that same grammar. This is because. Let's get rid of that, right? Now, what are you doing here? This sounds like integrated task number 2, right? So you have a passage, and then you have a reading and a listening passage. So you should probably say something like this. The reading passage discusses an announcement about a new policy on campus, and the speaker in the lecture reacts to that policy. You can use that kind of as your structure in the beginning. Then you talk about what the announcement or the policy is. Then you discuss the student's reaction to that.
yogurt healthier could be healthier than omelette and cereals combined. This is because omelette and cereals are very good healthy food that can build.
Yeah, intelligibility is not 100% here, and you're pausing a little too much from one word or group of words to another word. So to solve this, you need to work on thought groups and blending. You can learn more about that by going to pronunciation lessons 36 through 40.
The woman than omelette and cereals combined. This is because omelette and cereals are very good healthy food that can build up your muscles, and it contains a lot of protein. And secondly, he claims that there's no way the university can save the monies. This is because the costs are cutting back, and a lot of students in the university need to buy food off the campus.
Yeah, but I think you didn't do enough with the actual announcement. So explain what the announcement is of the new policy according to the reading passage, right? Then secondly, explain what the student's reaction is to the policy and why. So you need to organize this speaking task better. It needs to fit together more coherently. So here's a good lesson for you to help you with this. TOEFL transition words. Go to Google, type in these keywords, TOEFL transition words. That's a great lesson to help you in terms of connecting ideas together a little bit better. I'll give you some example type sentences or phrases you can use to help organize your speaking and your writing tasks. All right, so this one, I'm going to put you maybe between 15 and 17 points out of 30. So it's still tough. Your intelligibility, I know we're practicing on this with our private lessons. We need to make a lot more improvements with your intelligibility before that makes a big difference in your overall score on the speaking section. And thank you for doing these 3 practice tests.